Good evening, Dr. Garrett. I'm creating a second emergency video here because the first one on Canvas Studio is still uploading after a couple of hours, so I'm not sure if it's actually going to work or not. So this is a take two of my research question. So actually, I have 4 research questions for you. And I know it's not exactly what the assignment called for, but I am going to be needing some additional guidance about how to narrow my question and which one I should focus on, which kind of direction. So I am hoping to resurrect that application, the IRB application that I did in English 900. It's focus group research primarily. And then I would like to tie it in with this curriculum project idea around oral history. So I think they're connected. They are connected. Just not sure if that's too much to take on in terms of time and space. But anyway, here goes the questions. The first one is, how can project-based learning create access, equity, and achievement for diverse students in English composition, freshman composition, our English 101? So I really want to focus on that course, that first course. And I understand a lot of faculty are moving in this direction of project-based learning, multimodal composing. And, it'd be interesting to see how the impact of that on students. The second question is, how can inquiry and community writing support diverse learners in English 101 freshman composition? So this is the idea of really an inquiry-based approach to this course, and also a course that would have this audience of the community. And so, the oral history project that I'm thinking of would fit into this, but so would other projects, storytelling projects. So that was number 2. Number 3 is, how do experienced community college professors view the purpose of English 101 in the post-AB 705 and post-pandemic world? After talking to a few colleagues, I think that this moment is really interesting. It's everywhere, but in California in particular, because of the passage of the legislation in 2017, which didn't take effect until 2019, and then that coinciding with the pandemic. So it's very interesting to think, have our faculty in the process of redefining what this first composition course is for students. And I've heard there's a lot more project-based learning going on and multimodal composing. And I'd like to know more about that. Number 4 is actually the research question that I had when I was in English 900 and submitted the IRB application. It's, how do community college English instructors put socially just, culturally responsive, anti-racist pedagogical and assessment frameworks into practice? So it was actually a much broader question because the intent of the law was really to increase access and equity and ultimately completion. So I was just wanting to know how they feel they are increasing those goals that were, college's goals, but also part of that legislation. So the working title I had for that research was Community College English Instructors Reflect on Access, Equity, and Justice in Post-AB 705 California. That's my working title. But I really do want to bring in the impact of the pandemic. I have a suspicion that they really cannot be separated any longer because they virtually happened at the same time. So I think that this study is important to sort of capture in real time what is going on in community college in this unique moment, and how instructors are responding, what their concerns are, what they think is working, how they see the students in their classes, what changes in demographics are they noticing, if any. So I'm just, I think it ties into a very important moment, but I also would really love to be able to connect this to a pedagogical practice and create curriculum that could hopefully model, integrate, critical thinking, writing, reading, and different forms of composing, and for a public, right, for an audience outside the classroom. So those are my thoughts. I need to make another appointment with you because clearly I need to focus and make some more decisions. All right. Thank you. Have a good night.